All right, like I was saying, another thing we want to do is give this more steps. That's not enough steps. Okay, that looks a lot smoother. And actually, a fraction value really doesn't work here. So let's just leave that on 5 for now. And I don't know what. We might use a different value. Actually, is the input for sine a value between 0 and 1 or a value between... I'm not sure. We'll figure that out later. The next thing we wanted to do is add a second sine and cosine to kind of modulate this. So let's make that r equals r times sine of in times 15, make this a bigger one, times 100. No, let's make it 50. Oh, that was a bit much. Actually, that's not right because we're multiplying it by that. Let's see. There we go. All right, that should actually be divided by something. Let's see. In fact, we might want to map this to something completely different. There's a neat function, by the way, for doing that. Make this R2. Say I want to map that value to something a completely different range. We know the R2 is in a value from -1 to 1, so let's d dot map. Yeah. R2 comma -1 comma 1, and let's map it to a new range, say 0.5 to 1, and let's see what happens with that. R equals R times R2. Okay, there we go. So that is, we're getting closer to the thing we started to do. There's one more attribute we want, is we want to not just modulate these in and out, but also along the angle. So let's try something like A equals N plus R2 and see what happens. Okay, there we go. So that's a good start. There's some more things we could do to that. Filling it, for example. Use stroke equals true d dot use fill equals use fill true. Actually, the syntax has changed that. We don't use the equals anymore. It's just a function call. All right, that's filled in. We could give it color. We could. Here's another thing we can do with this. Let's put it inside of a d dot begin gradient, linear gradient. We have to give it some parameters. Let's say half width minus 100, kind of half height minus 100, comma half width plus 100, comma half height plus 100, comma then we need colors, so C and C1 and C2. Let's go ahead and define what C1 and C2 are, and we're going to end that gradient while we're while we're here. Let's see, d dot end gradient, linear gradient. All right, let's do this and also this. Let's go ahead and make this BB color dim. That was C1, wasn't it? All right, let's do C1 dot set color 255, comma 125, 28, whatever, 129, comma 15. I don't know. C2 dot set color something, comma fair enough. Now we want to also set pens while we're here. D dot set stroke color, and we'll just use that C1, and D dot set fill color. We'll use C2, and let's see what happens here. Did I make a mistake somewhere? It ran, so we should have seen something. Oh, I said this before. These need to be inside of the draw, I believe. So let's see what happens. There we go. Well, something happened. We got a new stroke color there, as you see. And let's just double check everything. And linear gradient, end shape. I wonder if these need to be outside of end shape. Quite possibly. Because we're defining in the thing and then we're drawing it after we end it. That makes completely logical sense. It's not just a quirk. All right, so. All right, there we go. We now have our gradient. We have our shape. Don't know what else we'd really need to do to it at that point. Might modulate a few things here before we finish up, but that's about it. That's how we got there. And let's see. Remember this thing I modulated the angle by? Let's change that to something a little different. Let's change it to 44 and see what happens. There we go. Oh, bird wings or something neat. Okay. Thanks for watching this one, and we'll do another tutorial later for some fun and get some more experience with this API, and talk to you later.